Hi, everyone. Hope you're safe and doing well. Thank you for joining this session on Google Cloud's AI Adoption Framework. AI is increasingly the new frontier in digital transformation and is well positioned to drive value across all aspects of an organization. We believe that the enterprises that invest in building custom AI and industry solutions are better positioned to be the global economic leaders of tomorrow. As McKinsey's paper, Modeling the Impact of AI on the World Economy indicated, companies that fully absorb AI could double their cash flow. We will be presenting on a framework aimed at enabling organizations to build an effective AI capability informed by Google's own evolution in AI, as well as many years of experience in helping cloud customers solve complex challenges from startups to enterprises in various industries. So if you're looking to help your organization leverage AI successfully, whether at the start or far along your journey, you're in the right session. As you may have seen, we recently published a white paper on this, which Khalid and I wrote with the help of many experts from across Google. Our co-authors, Barbara, Finn, Valentin, Lack, and us are available to answer your questions during this week. To briefly introduce ourselves, I'm Donna, a technical account manager, defining strategic roadmaps with our advanced machine learning customers and overseeing the delivery of large-scale, cutting-edge projects.
And I'm Khalid, a cloud solutions architect, focusing on designing and building machine learning systems in Google Cloud.
Before going into the framework itself, I wanted to share why I'm so passionate about this. I used to play chess at an international level, and this sparked my interest in AI. It showed me how AI can push the boundaries of our thinking and accelerate our learning. A good example of this is AlphaZero, a machine learning system developed by DeepMind that plays chess. This gave a new perspective on how to effectively play the game. And in a similar way, AI can give us a new perspective on how to solve business challenges. More than ever, I think it's important that we leverage AI to tackle the big societal problems like health and sustainability. While the value of AI is clear, building an AI capability presents challenges. Customers often seek our advice on how they can leverage machine learning effectively to gain business value. They ask us questions like, what roles should we hire and how should we structure our teams? As you move from creating models to putting them into production, different skill sets are required. And how can we make data discoverable, shareable, and reusable? One of the key blockers of AI adoption is the lack of high-quality data and making it accessible in a secure way. On top of that, they ask us, how can we deploy and operate machine learning models in production at scale? Customers aspire to run powerful algorithms on large data sets while controlling cost. Building an AI capability encompasses many different aspects, and focusing on just one aspect, like the technology and not the people needed to implement it, can result in wasted resources and no impact. That's why it's so important to have a clear roadmap. Working with customers, we wanted to help them be successful, no matter where they are in their journey. So a year ago, we envisioned a framework to enable organizations to leverage machine learning effectively and gain business value. Chess is about creating a vision and defining the steps to get there. We applied the same structure to building AI capabilities and conceived the AI adoption framework. Google Cloud's AI adoption framework is essentially a guide for organizations who want to build an effective AI capability. The framework covers the questions customers have asked us in the areas of the technology to develop platforms and solutions, the people who will implement and manage that technology, the data that fuels that technology, and the processes that govern the whole of it. Success requires an integrated lens between these areas. The interplay between these four areas gives rise to 6 themes: learn, lead, access, secure, scale, and automate. Based on our experience with customers, these are the 6 themes you need to address to be successful. To briefly introduce each theme, Learn is the interplay between people and technology. It entails hiring talent, upskilling your staff through learning programs, and working with experienced partners. Lead is the interplay between people and process. It refers to leaders sponsoring AI initiatives and how teams are structured and collaborate with each other. Access is the interplay between people and data. It's about data management and making data assets and machine learning artifacts discoverable, shareable, and reusable. Secure is the interplay between data and process. It addresses how you classify and protect data, build fair systems, and implement responsible AI practices. Scale is the interplay between data and technology. It covers how you use cloud-native services to scale with big data sets and a large number of jobs without operational overhead. And lastly, automate is the interplay between technology and process. It encompasses deploying, executing, and operating technology for machine learning pipelines in production efficiently, frequently, and reliably. Your readiness is determined by your current business practices in each of the 6 themes across 3 phases: tactical, strategic, and transformational. In the tactical phase, the focus is on easy adoption, minimal disruption, and quick wins. Different teams experiment with simple analytics use cases and benefit from improved actionable insights from data. For example, using basic descriptive analytics to create a customer segmentation model. Complex problems are outsourced to partners. In the strategic phase, AI is used to deliver sustainable business value for your organization. You typically form a centralized team, ensuring coordination, consistent standards, and governance. A broader vision steers AI adoption, and your organization has several machine learning systems deployed and maintained in production, like propensity modeling, demand forecasting, and recommendations, leveraging data sets from an enterprise data warehouse. In the transformational phase, AI plays a key role in the organization, stimulating innovation and supporting agility to create state-of-the-art algorithms. For example, using the language model BERT to extract information and answer questions from COVID research papers. You cultivate a culture where experimentation and learning is continuous and encouraged. Machine learning expertise has diffused across the lines of business, and there's a mechanism in place for scaling and promoting machine learning capabilities across the organization. All teams are empowered through a platform that enables access to useful data sets, prepared features, reusable components, and trained models. When you overlay the 6 themes, learn, lead, access, secure, scale, and automate, and the 3 phases, tactical, strategic, and transformational, you get the AI maturity scale. You can use the AI maturity scale to assess where you are and define where you want to go. The goal isn't necessarily to become transformational in every aspect, but to get value every step of the way. Now I'll hand over to Khalid, who will dive deeper into the maturity scale for each theme.
Thank you, Donna. So the first theme to discuss is learn. As Donna mentioned, it concerns aspects like upskilling, hiring, and collaboration with partners. In the tactical phase, we've seen that learning about data science and machine learning is usually isolated and self-motivated. Your organization tends to turn to third-party consultants when facing compelling machine learning use cases, rather than hiring to fill the gaps in the skill set. As your organization starts to build a greater AI capability in-house, you hire the required skills for data science and machine learning. Typically, organizations start to hire machine learning engineers in addition to data scientists to be able to productionize their machine learning models. You also develop clear learning paths with certification to upskill your staff. For example, using our Google Cloud training and certification programs. We've recently launched the Professional Machine Learning Engineer certification to assess your team's ability to design and build machine learning system in Google Cloud. From a partnership perspective, your organization chooses a strategic partner to provide specialized knowledge in specific AI use cases. For example, automating document processing or building conversational apps. Moving to the transformational phase, we've seen customers encouraging peer-to-peer and community learning, creating internal knowledge bases and wikis, and allowing staff rotations across business functions to ensure tighter collaboration and exchange of experience. Your organization now aims at hiring AI and machine learning talent with industry expertise to lead research and innovation efforts. Now, let's move to the lead theme, which concerns with business leadership support and team structure and collaboration. In the early phase of the maturity, AI adoption is driven by individual contributors with little or no executive sponsorship. Thus, the machine learning initiatives might not have a clear alignment with your organization's strategic goals. The key step is to start with your organization business strategy and priority to identify the right machine learning use cases and pursue executive sponsorship. As your senior executives realizes the importance of AI for creating competitive advantage, they support and fund AI projects to deliver value for various business functions. Now, you can establish a centralized cross-functional advanced analytics team to standardize the practices and guidelines and to achieve strategic AI agenda. This advanced analytics team works on delivering prioritized machine learning projects and proactively clarifying how AI can effectively address different use cases. In the transformational phase, each functional team has its own data scientists with the right domain-specific expertise. Having a centralized machine learning engineering team and embedded data scientists in the business functions ensures both strong technical standards and effective business alignments. As AI shows to be impactful to your business, the C-level executives continuously demonstrate active sponsor for innovative AI projects. Such research and innovation projects aim at solving cutting-edge business problems and establishing the organization name as a market leader. The third theme in our framework is access, which concerns effective data management to enable shareability, discoverability, and reusability. In the early stages, each team usually manages its own data island and machine learning assets with no sharing among other teams. As a tactical step to update your strategy, you can look into building a data lake containing the raw structured and unstructured data feeds from across your disparate systems. This can form the foundation for collecting, curating, and sharing data across your organization and creating managed information objects. As your organization recognizes data as a vital enterprise asset that fuels AI, you invest in building an enterprise data warehouse, which provides an integrated information store and a unified data model for different business functions. The data warehouse empowers data analysts, data scientists, and data engineers to perform their data wrangling, exploration, and analytics activities. For example, we work with a media customer that successfully uses BigQuery as their enterprise-wide data warehouse. This enabled their various teams to perform analytical queries and information retrieval from a centralized location. Besides, you start to put together a centralized repository for machine learning assets, like notebooks and code templates, and develop tools for annotating and categorizing datasets and other assets to enable discoverability and reusability. Data quality management at this stage is a business priority to ensure the right foundation for analytics and AI. In the transformational phase, your organization is actively working to develop the technology and processes to allow data scientists to create, share, discover, and reuse data and machine learning assets across different teams and functions. Moreover, to standardizing the definition, storage, and access of machine learning datasets, you invest in implementing a feature store. A feature store can be a federated repository for registering new features and discovering existing ones to be used by data scientists. Now we move to the secure theme. The secure theme concerns with protecting your data, securing your machine learning services, and ensuring responsible AI. As a tactical step to enable AI adoption with confidence, your organization defines the identity and access management policies and security controls to protect your data and AI services. In addition, you ensure data privacy through constant sensitive data classification and obfuscation. In the strategic phase, your organization starts to implement a comprehensive data governance program covering data access auditing, lineage tracking, data privacy and compliance, and establishing responsible AI practices. Responsible AI practices ensure building fair and explainable AI solutions to maintain the desired level of trust in AI throughout your business functions. For more information, we recommend watching the session on responsible AI from theory to practice by Tracy Free. In the transformational phase, your data governance is streamlined using automated workflows to rapidly validate new use cases against the domain regulations and your AI principles. In addition, you invest in AI safety and robustness to improve the reliability and generalizability of your machine learning models. The scale theme covers using cloud-native services and accelerators to scale your machine learning workloads. In the tactical phase, your organization aims at controlling the cost of experimenting with machine learning. Thus, you usually dedicate cloud resources with limited compute power for a few data scientists who work with small offline datasets. At the strategic phase, data ingestion and transformation are performed using managed processing services like Dataflow and Dataproc to execute large-scale batch and streaming ETL jobs. Similarly, machine learning training and batch scoring jobs are performed using cloud-managed services. This enables running powerful machine learning algorithms on large datasets at scale with no infrastructure overhead. For example, we work with a digital native customer who used to run their machine learning workloads on dedicated VMs. However, by moving to the AI platform, which provides managed services to train and deploy machine learning models, the customer now is able to scale their training and scoring jobs to more markets, as well as to reduce the cost of running these jobs. As you move to the transformational phase, you invest in establishing a unified and integrated machine learning platform, which helps to streamline the transition from experimentation to production and to serve all data scientists and machine learning engineers in different teams. This integrated platform provides access to standardized tools, frameworks, templates, services, accelerators, and processes for the entire organization. Finally, we cover the automate theme, which concerns with deploying, executing, and operating machine learning workloads in production. In the tactical phase, the process to build AI systems is usually manual in every step, from data analysis and preparation to model training and deployment. Such a manual process prevents the organization from scaling the number of models they use and the frequency of updating these models. As your organization moves to the strategic phase, you automate data processing and analytics pipelines to be executed on recurrent schedules or to tackle critical events and triggers. At this stage, you deploy end-to-end continuous training pipelines to regularly update your machine learning models with new data. This enables your model to rapidly adapt to the changes in the dynamics of your business. For example, we're currently working with a telecom company to automate retraining their propensity models using TFX and Kubeflow pipelines, allowing the models to be updated weekly instead of updating them manually each 6 or 8 weeks. In the transformational phase, your goal is to develop a machine learning engineering culture and practice that unifies both machine learning system development and machine learning system operations. We call that MLOps. MLOps strongly advocates automation and monitoring at all steps of machine learning system construction. With this approach, you are looking towards a shorter deployment cycles, increased deployment velocity, and faster time to market. This, however, requires robust quality control throughout the machine learning training and deployment phases, as well as continuous training and continuous monitoring of your model's performance in production. Back to Donna to conclude.
Thank you, Khalid. To summarize, the 3 key points of our framework are: 1, anyone can use this framework. No matter where you're starting, you can use this framework to define your AI strategy and drive successful adoption. 2, success requires an integrated lens. In order to build an effective AI capability, you need to address 6 themes: learn, lead, access, secure, scale, and automate. And 3, There's value every step of the way. It's not about becoming transformational in every aspect. It's about gaining value in each phase. So what can you do next? You can create a group of leaders who will be responsible for your AI strategy. And from there, each of you should use this framework to identify where you are in your AI journey. Then, collectively set your goal. Where do you envision your organization going? Based on the gaps, establish a plan for evolving your AI capability. We are here to help you every step of the way. Check out our resources and read our white paper for more information. Thank you for watching this session.